on Si's Eyes on the Skies.
Relatively warm weather and cloudy skies cover most of Iowa today, but will it stay that way throughout the week? I'll have more for you later on.
Plus, Kaitlyn is in the studio for your national forecast. All that and more as this Tuesday, April 18th edition of Si's Eyes on the Skies starts now.
It's Monday night on ISU TV, broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. This is Si's Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest-running television program brings you the weather from around the country to the heart of Iowa. The ISU Meteorology Department team of forecasters keep you ahead of the storm. From Iowa's most trusted weather team, this is Si's Eyes on the Skies.
Welcome back to Si's Eyes. I'm now joined by Sara. So Sara, we've both had crazy busy days.
Crazy Tuesdays.
I just heard that we both had English presentations today. We're both on Si's Eyes, and we are both running for officers at the AMS elections tonight. How crazy is that?
It's absolutely crazy. Such a stressful day, but hopefully it'll end well for both of us.
Yes, it'll be a good night to go to sleep and just relax after all the stress is done.
Yeah, and taking a look at the weather today, it wasn't great weather today. We had some scattered showers throughout most of the day. Early this morning, walking to class, I know personally, definitely brought the umbrella out, definitely felt some rain. As you can see here, temperatures were a little average. We had 66 here in Ames, same temperature up in Mason City at 66, slightly warmer at Des Moines at 71 degrees Fahrenheit. But taking a look at what will be happening later in the week, we're going to see some thunderstorms tomorrow, a lot like today, some scattered thunderstorms. I'll have more about that later. Some will be severe, and then again, cloudy and cool, much like today. Back to you.
And now for tonight's weather story. On this day in 1912, a late-season snowstorm struck eastern and southeastern Iowa on April 16th all the way through April 18th, producing snowfall amounts of 5 inches at Dubuque in Iowa City, 5.5 inches at Keosauqua, 6 inches at Keokuk, 7 inches at Tipton, and 7.8 inches in Davenport. Boy, would I be disappointed with that snow this late in the spring, but luckily it's been pretty nice out. Now we turn to Kaitlyn with a look at what is going on around the country.
Well, all across the country, it has been pretty mild, but there is a lot of buzz about some severe weather tomorrow. I will have more about that after the break.
Welcome back. Now we are joined by Kaitlyn with a look at what is happening around the nation.
Thanks, Lindsay. Now, all around the nation today, we have been all over the map. It has been really chilly over in the Northeast, but then it's been about average this time of year for over in Seattle, but very, very warm in the South. Taking a look even closer, you can see that it has been way, way cooler. We are very lucky here in Iowa to not be dealing with 42-degree temperatures during the day even. And then again, right down in the southeast, you can see that it has been very, very warm, including in Dallas at 81 degrees and even a little cloudy as well. And then over here, they're having tons of fire warnings and fire watches because of high winds and also these very warm temperatures as well. And then over in Seattle, it has been a little bit around average and even some rain coming in soon. And then, of course, in the Midwest, we've been dealing about 10 degrees or so above average as well, which Sara will have more in her forecast coming up. Clouds and radar for today. We are having a little bit of some rain and some snow over here, along with a vast amount of rain over by Texas area. And you can even see where we were having this system push through Iowa. We're going to look a little bit closer into over by the Rockies, where these mountains and the temperatures are creating some snow up here, yet a lot of rain in the southern areas. which is much of a relief to them since they have had slightly less rain coming up soon. And of course, there are lots of flash flood watches and warnings, especially down over in Arkansas, along with over here, again, with the fire conditions. All of that wind and that warm weather has been really having an effect on them. We're going to look a little bit closer here. So all day today, they have been, Texas and Louisiana have had tons of rain dumped on them all day. Some of it has even been a little severe, but that was more so over by the ocean. Now, they have been rained on all week as well, so this is the reason for why they're getting a lot of these flood issues. The futurecast. It is, like I said, back to that rain that's been pushing through the system and joining us over here. So tomorrow, this is where the buzz of that severe weather is coming up. Hopefully, Sara will have a little bit more in that for tomorrow, but this system's going to push through, and then that'll bring some snow up to the Duluth area in Minnesota, and it'll be pretty cloudy over in the southeast, and the system will slowly push through. Highs tomorrow. It is going to be around the same as today, pretty warm in the south, average in the north. And our pick day is going to be San Francisco, California, where it has been pretty warm, yet a little bit cloudy, and we'll see what happens there. Now, I chose this city for a specific reason, and that is mainly that on this day in 1906, they had a pretty extensive earthquake, actually. It is estimated to be around a 7.8 magnitude earthquake, and it destroyed around 80% of the city in San Francisco. So that's your fun fact for today.
Yeah, that is a really fun fact. We don't usually hear a lot about earthquakes on Size Eyes, considering
Especially
that's more
not.
of a geological extreme rather than a meteorological extreme, but it's always fun to hear.
Absolutely, and it has been, it kind of ties in with the fire stuff that we've been having today too, because the big issue with that earthquake actually back then was not because of the earthquake itself, it was more so of the effects afterwards when they had a ton of fires. For I think it was around 5 days straight, they had fires across all of the city, and around 3,000 deaths occurred of that, which is why it's really important for people in the Southwest to be careful about bringing in like bonfires outside, because that can spread very quickly with the conditions they're having around today.
Well, very similar to fires, we also have a trivia question on drought. So let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's trivia question. Which of the following is not a cause of drought? Is it A, meteorological, B, geological, C, agricultural, or D, socioeconomic? We'll have your answer coming right up. Now let's take a look at the week ahead with Sara.
Currently outside, it's covered mostly by clouds, but I'll tell you what that means for you later up in the week next. Back, I'm meteorologist Sara Foernssler, and taking a look at temperatures that we saw today, we were seeing fairly warm temperatures despite the scattered showers that we were seeing early this morning. It was 70 in Fort Dodge and 68 here in Ames, and a slightly warmer down in Des Moines, but again, all those spring temperatures that we are seeing. Taking a look outside your window, you will see about 66 degrees here in Ames with a slight wind from the west at 8 miles per hour. Humidity is at 84, and dew point is at 61. Again, mentioning current conditions here in Ames, we are seeing slightly warmer down here in Ottumwa at 77 degrees and cooler in Mason City at 66 degrees. We're seeing mostly cloudy skies like I mentioned before. Cloud cover did come with the rain today and is going to stick around, and I'll touch upon that later on. But again, we are seeing some sun here in the western part of the state, and hopefully that'll continue. Like I mentioned before, cloud cover is mainly what we're seeing outside. We saw this precipitation earlier today in the scattered showers, and it will continue to slightly tonight. Again, that's moving out, and cloud cover is staying in. Like Kaitlyn mentioned before, around the nation, we are seeing some severe weather. Here in Iowa today, we did see this storm movement moving through, again, with some severe showers. And again, we will possibly be seeing some severe storms tomorrow in the afternoon. Again, taking a look at the futurecast here, we are going to possibly be seeing some storms move in, again, with some cloud cover, which will cover most of the state. Tomorrow in the morning, we will possibly be seeing the severe storm move in, and by the afternoon, we will be seeing some scattered thunderstorms, possibly some may be severe. Rainfall that we have been seeing today, we haven't had too much rainfall. Some is actually not measurable, like down in Ottumwa. However, up in Fort Dodge, we are seeing about a third of an inch, a quarter inch about in Mason City. But here in Ames, we're only seeing about 0.06 of an inch, which is nothing too major. As we move on into tomorrow, again, there will be some storms bringing some more rainfall. Here in Ames, we will be seeing more of about 15th of an inch and about a half an inch out in Sioux City. So the western portion of the state will be getting hit more by the rain than anywhere else. Tonight it will cool off slightly into the upper 40s and mid 50s. Down in Des Moines it will be about 54, 55, and up in Mason City it will be about 44, which again is a significant difference throughout the state. Tomorrow, despite the rain that will be coming in, we will be seeing temperatures in the 60s and 70 degrees. Down in Tumble, we will actually be hitting 81 degrees, which is pretty warm for this time of the year. But again, in Mason City, we are seeing 57. Sioux City, we're seeing about 60. Tonight, again, there's a possibility of those scattered thunderstorms, as I brought before. Some may be severe. We'll keep you updated on that. 50 degrees tonight and winds from the southwest at 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow, again, we will be seeing 73, which is pretty warm considering that we have to deal with the rain. Some storms may be severe, as I mentioned before, and winds are northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour, so it will be a pretty windy and stormy day overall. Throughout the week, tomorrow we will be seeing our high at 73 degrees with a solid chance of rain at 70%. It will cool off significantly after that into the 50s at 58 on Thursday, 58 on Friday, and then warm up into next week into the 60s. Sunday will be our best bet at seeing the sun.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's trivia question. Which of the following is not a cause of drought? Is it A, meteorological, B, geological, C, agricultural, or D, socioeconomic? All right, you two. Hydrology is kind of my thing, so I picked this question strategically.
Now, I'm going to stick with my answer that I said on Twitter, which was B, geological. Now, I feel like most of our brains initially say D because that's not weather. So, I mean, really, who knows? But I have heard that term in my environmental studies class, so I know that's not right.
All right, Sarah, what do you think?
You know, Kaitlyn just convinced me. I'm thinking B now as well. I'm going to go with geological.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look. You are correct. The answer is B, geological drought. See, this was kind of supposed to be a trick question because the fourth main cause of drought is actually hydrological drought. And that's when you already have extremely low base flow. So I was kind of trying to mix up the hydrology, geology sort of thing.
Got you. Yeah, it was confusing. That's a trick question.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that one term, it just seems like geological would be the other answer, but
right.
Guess not. It's always good to know these new facts for me, that's for sure.
For sure.
All right, that concludes our show tonight. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. You can find every show online at YouTube under our Size Eyes channel. See you on Thursday where we say farewell to our beloved seniors, Jan Reichert, our producer, Sam Gabrielli, and Eric Mangus. Thank you for joining us.